Sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Play ball!
It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Trips Flooring, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Burke Schultz Herman and Jenkinson Personal Injury Attorneys, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, the Larry DeMarco Team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, Hagerstown Ford, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremation Robert Fields & Sons, The Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, Floor Pools, Smallwood and Small Insurance, CMA Martinsburg and Winchester Dealerships, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, The Palace Lounge, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mirius Group Ameriprise Financial Services LLC, and the Berkeley County Health Department.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Welcome to P.O. Faulkner Park on this partly cloudy Saturday afternoon. Nice weather out here in Martinsburg for continuation of the West Virginia High School Baseball Regional Playoffs. It's an elimination game between the Martinsburg Bulldogs and the Spring Mills Cardinals on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 on the pregame show, brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online. They'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. And since we're getting the team introductions right now, we're very close to first pitch. We'll go ahead and give you our Floor Pools starting lineups. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown. For the visiting Spring Mills Cardinals, they'll go with leadoff hitter Bryce Anders at shortstop. J.P. Sweeney bats second in the left field. Ryland Swartz batting third at first base. The DH Aiden Eichelberger bats cleanup. Then it's Jake Anderson, the catcher, batting fifth. Landon Stanley at third base bats sixth, followed by right fielder Landon Trumpauer. Then it's Treston Wysocki at second base, and rounding things out is Keelan Curry in center field. And for Martinsburg, Jameer Brown leads off at shortstop. Silas Zarnecki at third base, then Christian Alter at second base. Cleanup hitter Nick Domenico in left field. Then Grant Henderson, the pitcher, bats fifth. Malachi Green in right field. Bradley Loper at first base is 6 and 7. Then it's Braden Artmall to DH in the 8 spot. And R.J. Brown in center bats ninth. We'll take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, it'll be time for first pitch. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Remember all the sports we played when we were kids?
Oh yeah, swimming, tennis, basketball, football, soccer, track. I loved winning. I still do. Our competitive spirit is still going strong. But now we use it to win for our clients. If you've been hurt in almost heaven, call the Sevens. 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Big time pitching matchup here in an elimination game in the regional playoffs for 4A baseball here between Martinsburg and Spring Mills. Starting battery for Martinsburg is Braden Fox behind the plate and Grant Henderson on the mound for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. On the other side, it'll be Jacob Cumley throwing to Jake Anderson for Spring Mills. Grant Henderson and Jacob Cumley faced off with each other early in the season for Martinsburg and Spring Mills when they played at Spring Mills, and it was a 2-1 victory for the Bulldogs. And of course, the teams played earlier this week in the very first game of the regional playoffs, and it was a 3-2 loss for Spring Mills. It was J.P. Sweeney and Grant Henderson took the mound. Dylan Bishop with you on the call for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. John Alderton is our on-site producer. Nick Verzolini's back in the studio. Kyler High and Alec Epperson are behind the cameras on the TV 10 side. Get things started here with first pitch just about to happen here. Bryce Sanders about to step into the batter's box. First pitch brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or call 304-263-4343. It will be Anders stepping into the batter's box on the right-handed side against the right-hander, Grant Henderson. The light blue jerseys today for Spring Mills. The red lettering, gray pants. Martinsburg going with the orange jerseys, white pants, white hat, black bills. The sky blue hats for Spring Mills as well. Here's first pitch. Grant Henderson forces a foul tip back to the backstop by Bryce Anders. Anders, Sweeney, and Swartz in the top of the first for Spring Mills. Quick 0-1 start for Henderson, and now breaking ball will break a little too much for ball one. It's regular 4 days rest now for Grant Henderson after this originally scheduled game for Friday night was postponed to this afternoon. Here's a foul ball to make it 1-2. Spoke to Coach Byler before the game. He said that Grant Henderson would have gone on 3 days rest yesterday. Said that Grant told him his arm was feeling good. Here's 1-2. And here's another breaking ball that gets away from Henderson a bit. Bounces away in front of Fox for ball two. Spring Mills has had off since that game on Monday. They were awaiting the loser of Martinsburg Spring Mills, and on the 2-2 pitch, fastball finds the zone for strike three. Anders goes down looking.
Now batting left fielder, number 17.
Strikeout number
J.P.
one
Sweeney.
for Grant Henderson. Brings up J.P. Sweeney, who pitched in that last game between Martinsburg and Spring Mills. Bulldogs were able to get the 3-2 victory in that one. First pitch to Sweeney comes in low for ball one. Winner of this game will go to Jefferson on Monday and have to beat the Cougars twice in a row on Monday and Tuesday to be the champions on this side of the bracket. Here's a ground ball to Jameer Brown at shortstop. Throw to first to Bradley Loper is in time for out number two. Here in the top of the first, which is brought to you by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, proudly serving our area since 1880.
Ryland Swartz.
2 outs and none on for Ryland Swartz, three-hitter for the Cardinals. First pitch to Swartz. Drops in, breaking ball, strike one. Swartz watches it go as it breaks from off the plate to on the plate. Last moment. 0-1. Grant goes to the other side of the plate. Breaks a little too far. Ball 1-1 here with 2 outs. Here's a pitch. Henderson, here's another one over to Jameer Brown. One hopper. It's a tough hop for him to play. It goes off of his glove. With 2 outs, Martinsburg gives up a base runner. Swartz will extend the inning. It'll be Eichelberger.
Aiden Eichelberger.
A bit of a tough hop, but I think it's a play that you got to make. Spring Mills gets a chance here to bring up the cleanup hitter with a runner on. First time out of the stretch for Henderson. Fastball across the plate, strike 1. Grant gives a look over to Loper and Swartz at first base. He'll come to the plate. Breaking ball. Bounces in front of the plate for a ball. One count here to Eichelberger. DH today. He's going to swing and miss at strike 2. Grant Henderson on the season, 56 1/3 innings pitched, 8-1. 1-2 pitch fouled off. Henderson with an ERA of 1.12. Opponent batting average 181. Struck out 69 and walked just 12. Just 9 earned runs on the season. And there's strike 3 called on the 1-2 pitch. Fastball on the outside. Black retires the side. 2 strikeouts for Grant Henderson. 1 left on for Spring Mills. We'll go to the bottom of the first. See Martinsburg come up for the first time. Still no score here in this regional playoff elimination game. This is West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Bottom of the first is brought to you by 21st Century Modern Realty Results. Larry DeMarco team at Century 21. Looking for a home in the tri-state area? Call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-250-3551 or visit them online at modernrealtyresults.com. Martinsburg will come to the plate for the first time against Jacob Cumley. He went 7 innings in that first matchup on March 21st. Struck out 11, walked just 2. Game that Martinsburg won by scoring just 2 runs, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. And Grant Henderson only gave up 1 run in the 5th. See what Martinsburg can do here as they will start things out with Jameer Brown to lead off, and then Silas Sarnecki and Christian Alter at the top of the order. Out in the field for Spring Mills, from third base to first base, Landon Stanley, Bryce Andrews, Treston Wysocki, and Rylan Swartz. From left to right field, it's J.P. Sweeney, Keelan Curry, Landon Schumpower, with Jake Anderson behind the plate and Cumley on the mound. for Martinsburg. Their defense,
Lead off for the Bulldogs. Shortstop, number
Zarnecki,
27,
Jameer Brown, Christian Alter, and Loper from left to right in the infield, third base to first base. Fox behind the plate. Domenico, R.J. Brown, and Malachi Green from left field to right field. But here comes Jameer Brown, shortstop to step in for the first pitch the Bulldogs see today. It's a foul tip. Same result as Grant Henderson's first pitch. Jameer Brown batting .351 on the year. .939 OPS. 6 extra base hits on the year, a double, 4 triples, and a home run. 8 RBIs from what has been the leadoff spot for most of the year for him. Since Coach Byler has settled into his preferred lineup, here's a breaking ball that stays up high for a ball. Browns have drawn 15 walks and struck out 11 times. Hit by a pitch 4 times. 1-1, fastball above the chest for ball 2. Cumley steps in. We've seen Cumley work as a starter early in the year against Martinsburg and a closer late in the year in the final regular season game against the Bulldogs. Here's ball 3 on a fastball low. Coach Byler said for the Bulldogs, the strikeouts have been an issue. They struck out 11 times against Jet Gross on Thursday of Jefferson. Here's a foul ball on 3-1. He wanted that one. But high and inside, maybe it would have been ball 4. Count runs full. Takes a deep breath and steps back into the batter's box. 3-2 from Cumley, and that's ball 4. Fastball, couldn't quite catch the low and outside corner of the plate. So Martinsburg starts with a base runner.
Now batting, third baseman,
brings up
number 10,
Silas Zarnecki. Still the team leader by a significant margin in on-base percentage. .541. The only player on the Martinsburg team who gets on base more often than he doesn't. On-base percentage over 500. He's going to bunt this one, though, and it's going to be popped up off the top of the bat and right back to Jacob Cumley. An attempt at a sacrifice. The way that this game went between the teams early in the year, between the same pitchers, there was only 3 total runs. It's not surprising to see Martinsburg immediately go into manufacturing a run or moving a runner up a base at the very least immediately. But 1 out now. And here's a ground ball over to shortstop. Anders flipped the second for 1, and no attempt at the double play, as Wysocki will just eat it and take the lead runner. They get a 6'4 fielder's choice for out number 2. Brings up Nicholas Domenico.
Now batting, left fielder, number 3, Nicholas Domenico.
Washington ends up beating Hedgesville 10-6 to take that side of the bracket. They'll play Monday. Hedgesville had the winner's advantage there, having not lost a game yet. Here's ball 1 outside to Domenico. They'll play on Monday. Winner heads to the Regional Championship Series. Or excuse me. Yeah, they'll play on Monday. Nick's relaying this information to me. Strike 1. Swinging here by Domenico. Cumley settles in. 1-1 pitch, runner goes, swinging strike 2, throw down, more than in time to get the runner stealing. So leadoff walk leads to nothing. Fielder's choice, and then Alter caught stealing. We'll go to the second inning. Still no score between Martinsburg and Spring Mills. It's West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Top of the second inning brought to you by Burke Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, the personal injury attorneys. Visit burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball. Winner of this game between Martinsburg and Spring Mills moves on to play at Jefferson on Monday and will have to win 2 in a row against the Cougars
Jake Anderson
to move on to the regional championship series. And in case I confused anyone in the last half of the inning, Washington just completed the first half of that, where they also needed to beat Hedgesville 2 times in a row. They got the first one done, so they'll play on Monday, skip over tomorrow being Sunday. They don't continue the series on Sundays. There's a foul ball from Jake Anderson to start the second. So it's winner take all on Monday between Washington and Hedgesville. That's what the winner of this game will hope to force on a game Monday against Jefferson, moving on to Tuesday. Oh, 1 from Grant Henderson, inside for ball 1. Strong start for Henderson. 2 strikeouts in the top of the first. And now, here's a swinging strike 2 on a breaking ball that Anderson chases. And on the 1-2, it's another swing and miss. And it's Grant Henderson's 3rd strikeout.
Now batting third baseman, number 13.
Continuing a strong performance that he had early in the year against Spring Mills and earlier this week. March 21st, he went 6 innings, gave up just 3 hits and 1 run and 1 walk, and struck out 8. First pitch to Landon Stanley is too low for ball 1. Next pitch from Henderson. That'll be a fastball down the middle for strike 1. On Monday, Henderson went the full 7 innings, gave up 3 hits and 1 walk. 2 runs that were unearned and struck out 8. And now here's a check swing that goes too far for strike 2 for Landon Stanley. Next pitch. Called strike 3 on the inside black. 4 punch-outs already for Henderson. So he's ahead of schedule. Both games against Spring Mills, he's gone at least 6 innings. He's given up exactly 3 hits, exactly 1 walk, and exactly 8 strikeouts. So far here, already up to 4 strikeouts. In just an inning and 2/3. Landon Trumpauer will take ball 1 to start his at-bat. Henderson winds and fires and will get strike one in. It's Wysocki on deck if Trumpauer can continue the inning. The 1-1 comes in too low. Jameer Brown pitched on Thursday against Jefferson, gave up just 1 run, but that was not enough to get the job done. 2-1 is fouled back right into the net in front of our cameraman Kyler High, keeping him on his toes over there. 2-2 and 2 outs. Henderson working quick and looking good. 2-2, breaking ball. This is going to be a base hit up the middle. Classic broadcaster's jinx as he gives up his first hit. Trumpauer
now batting
continues the inning with 2 outs, just as Spring Mills was able to do in the top of the first. Brings up Tristan Wysocki, the second baseman. But in the first, out of the stretch, Henderson was immediately able to get a strikeout on the cleanup hitter, Eichelberger, as Henderson will make a quick throw over to first. Nearly got him, but inning continues. First pitch, just off the plate, high and inside. Number 8 hitter in the Spring Mills order. Runner goes. It's off the plate for ball 2. Fox's throw down is off target. Gives Trumpauer a stolen base. Make it a 2-0 count and a base runner in scoring position for Spring Mills in a game where this might be hard to come by, getting runners in scoring position. It's a nice 80-degree day here at P.O. Faulkner. That's the high for the day. Got some wind going, 15 miles per hour. 43% humidity. Here's a ball hit inside, jammed Wysocki. It's popped up. Grant Henderson's able to roam over and make the catch for out number 3. So once again, Spring Mills gets a 2-out base runner, but once again, they're not able to do anything with it. We'll go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless between the Bulldogs and the Cardinals after the 60-second break. This is West Virginia High School playoff baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Bottom of the second from P.O. Faulkner Park. Still no score between Martinsburg and Spring Mills in this regional playoff elimination game. Bottom of the second brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Nicholas Domenico came up the bat in the bottom of the first with a runner on base and 2 outs, and Christian Alter was caught stealing. So he'll come back up with another shot at it. Clean slate with the count. And the first pitch from Cumley gets away from him a bit. Stays up high on the breaking ball. Make it 1-0. Dylan Bishop with you on the call. John Alderton, our on-site producer. Kyler High and Alec Epperson behind the cameras on TV 10. Nick Verzolini back at the studio. 1-0 pitch comes in for strike one. We will be at Jefferson on Monday. See the Cougars take on the winner of this one. And the 1-1 pitch is swung through for strike two by Domenico. Cumley and Henderson, two powerful pitchers for these lineups to face. And there it goes. Shows you right there. First strikeout for Jacob Cumley as Domenico swings through.
Now batting the pitcher, number 4, Grant Henderson.
We've seen 12 batters so far from both teams combined, and they've been able to get one walk and one hit, and one got on base with an error. And now we get our pitcher versus pitcher matchup at the plate. Cumley throws a fastball inside for ball one to Grant Henderson. Cumley winds and fires, and this time wins the battle on this pitch, swinging strike one. We'll get time called at the plate by the umpire. And now we're ready for play again. Wind up from Cumley. This pitch is hit into shallow right field, and coming in for it and making the catch, though, is Landon Trumpauer in right for out number 2.
Now batting right fielder, number 23, Malachi Green.
Malachi Green in the 6th spot in the order for Martinsburg. He will try to check his swing. I'll say didn't go around. Pitch was outside for ball one. Malachi Green, 3rd on the Bulldogs in batting average, 287. And here's another one that gets away from Cumley. Ball 2. Green, though, one of the more prominent strikeout hitters at the plate for Martinsburg. 2nd on the team in strikeouts with 31 on the season as he swings through this one for strike one, 2-1 count. Green behind the leader on the team, R.J. Brown, with 33 strikeouts. He's walked 11 times. Here's a 2-1 ball that's fouled off by Green. To the back net. Green, 14 RBIs on the season. 2nd on the team. Here's one that hits the opposite way, but it pushes into foul territory down the left field line. One double, one triple for extra base hits on the year for Malachi Green. 2nd on the team in singles behind Jameer Brown. Here's one that's hit into play, but this will not be a single. It'll be hit right to Tristan Wysocki on a couple bounces. Brings it into his body, throws to first, and gets the out. So still strong work from the pitchers on both sides through 2 innings. Still no score. We'll take a 60-second break. We'll be back with the 3rd. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Leave me alone.
When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age.
Top of the third inning on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 is brought to you by the WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers. Leading healthcare here and everywhere. Nothing doing for either side so far through 2 full innings. Spring Mills will bring up 9-1 and 2 in the order to try to finally get something going against Grant Henderson, who through 2 innings has given up just 1 hit and has struck out 4 of the 8 batters he's faced. Henderson will wind and throw strike 1 across the plate to Keelan Curry, center fielder for the Cardinals. And we'll flip back to the top with Anders and Sweeney. 0-1 is hit on the ground to short, going to the left, and making the throw to Loper at first is Jameer Brown for the first out.
Now batting number 5, Bryce Anders.
Bryce Anders led off the game for Spring Mills with a strikeout looking. He'll be the first one to get an opportunity to see one of these starters for a second time. We'll see if that leads to any success for any of them. Won't do anything on the first pitch. It's a breaking ball that comes in for strike 1. Sweeney steps back in, waits the pitch, and he'll swing and hit this one foul over towards the Martinsburg dugout. Coach Barrett mentioned that hitting has really been the thing that they need to get going to be as successful as they can be. Here's a hit, but it's again right to Jameer Brown on a couple bounces. And it's another ground out, 6-3. Third one for Spring Mills in just 10 at-bats.
Now batting number 17.
There's 2 down in third.
Sweeney.
It's been efficient pitching so far from both sides. Grant Henderson at 36 pitches here through 2 2/3. And first pitch, again, is a 2-out base runner for Spring Mills as J.P. Sweeney finds the hole between third base and shortstop. Sweeney grounded out to shortstop.
Now batting number 12,
first time up. This time he is able to pull the ball a little more and get that into the 5.5 hole. Brings up Rylan Swartz, who was able to hit the ball to the other side of Jameer Brown earlier. And on one bounce, Brown couldn't corral it and was able to get on base. Swinging strike 1 to start the at-bat for Swartz. Henderson taking a long time to come to the plate here. Giving some nods to his catcher, then he'll step off. And this pitch comes in just low for a ball. 1-1 to Swartz. He'll make a pickoff attempt over to first. On Game Changer in the official scoring, that play and Rylan Swartz's first at-bat was ruled a hit. And a runner goes on this one. Ball's too low. Fox won't make the throw down. So it's another stolen base for Spring Mills. Their second one in 3 innings. 2-1. Foul tip by Swartz. Straight back. 2-2. Teams have tried their best to run on Martinsburg against Fox behind the plate to pretty good success. So far, 2 stolen bases for the Cardinals. Henderson with a long look back at second at Sweeney. Now he'll come to the plate. Strike 3, got him to swing through. It bounces, so Fox has to throw on down to Loper and make the play for the 3rd out. A 5th strikeout for Grant Henderson. Retires the side, and again, we are scoreless now through 2.5. After the 60-second break, we'll see if the Bulldogs can break through at the plate. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
In the market for a new vehicle? Then look no further than CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, all in one convenient location. We have hundreds of new and used vehicles available, so you'll be sure to find exactly what you're looking for. And with CMA's Love It or Leave It promise and our lifetime powertrain warranty, you can buy with confidence. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
You have choices when it comes to appliance repair, but before you call a large corporate chain, consider what BW Appliance brings to the table. BW Appliance Repair offers fast in-home appliance repair services to the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, including Jefferson County and Berkeley County. We strive for professionalism, dedication, and honesty. Call us today at 304-279-8858 to schedule immediate service. You can also visit us online at bwappliance.repair.
Bottom of the 3rd inning, brought to you by Farmers and Mechanics Insurance. Reliable coverage since 1877. Call 304-263-0809 for a quote today or visit fmiwv.com. 42 pitches through 3 innings for Grant Henderson. He's given up just 3 hits, no walks, and struck out 5. Spring Mills has been able to get a 2-out base runner in each inning. 2-out hit in each inning, but nothing past that. Through 2 innings of work, Jacob Cumley starts this inning with his 25th pitch, and it'll be called strike 1 on the outside. And this is Bradley Loper, who will swing at the next pitch for a foul ball, strike 2. Grant Henderson's faced 12 batters through 3 innings. Jacob Cumley 6 batters, the minimum, through 2 innings. 0-2 pitch, runs inside, jams Loper, but he's able to get the bat on the ball. Cumley winds and fires and runs in and hits Loper. Ball got away from him. Right in the middle of the back. That'll be Martinsburg's 2nd base runner. Bottom of the 1st started with a Jameer Brown walk, a failed attempt at a sacrifice bunt that was popped up, and then a fielder's choice that turned the runner on first from Brown to Alter before he was caught stealing. So we'll see if another leadoff base runner in the inning can do anything for the bottom of the order for Martinsburg, as the 8-hitter Braden Armalt, the DH, steps in. And this is going to be another bunt attempt. Pulls the bat back, throws down to first, not able to get Loper sleeping. Strike 1. Armalt, 265 batting average on the year. 398 on base percentage. He will square around the bunt again. It'll be popped up again. And once again, Spring Mills gets the out of it. This time it's Rylan Swartz that takes a couple steps in and makes the catch. So another failed sacrifice bunt for the Bulldogs. Cumley's pitching up high in the zone, knowing that Martinsburg is likely to try to bunt it.
Now batting center fielder, number 11.
They've been
R.J.
unsuccessful
Brown.
in trying to adjust and get that ball down. Brings up R.J. Brown, who has been on a bit of a hot streak lately out of the 9 spot. He's going to take the first pitch. Breaking ball that breaks too much for ball 1. R.J. Brown on the season, 192 batting average, but you wouldn't know it by how he's been playing lately. He was the only player from Martinsburg to get a hit against Jet Gross on Thursday. Here's a foul ball popped up over the Spring Mills dugout and out of play. Eight RBIs on the year for R.J. Brown. 9 runs he's scored. Cumley gives Loper a look over at first. Now the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Cumley only 1 strikeout first time through the order here so far. He goes up against Martinsburg's leader in strikeouts at the plate, but he's mostly been pitching to contact. We'll get time called. Coach Byler's going to come out and talk to one of our field umpires over at second base. Hard to know from here what the conversation was about, but he'll walk back over to the third base box and inning will continue. Cumley readies for the 1-2 again. Brown, good eye, takes the fastball high for ball 2. Brown steps back in. Cumley looks for his sign from his catcher. And as he readies, we'll get another time called at the plate. Martinsburg 7-13 on the year. Spring Mills 17-11. Evenly matched teams in just about every contest. 2-2. Popped up, but it looks like it'll go out of play. Stays a 2-2 count. Spring Mills was able to get a more decisive victory against Martinsburg in the last week of the regular season in a game that took place on the day that the playoff seeding came out. So that was a game that didn't end up affecting where these teams were settled in and ranked and seeded. But Spring Mills was able to decisively win that one with Bradley Butts getting the start. Here's a 2-2 that's popped up in play into the outfield, right center field. Ranging over is Trumpauer to make the catch for the second out. Two outs and a runner on. Martinsburg gets the top of the order back up. Jameer Brown drew the other walk so far for Martinsburg to go along with the hit by pitch to start this inning. And those are their base runners so far. Cumley's first pitch, fastball on the outer half, strike 1. A 1 count. Brown going to hit this one to third. Softly hit, but just in the right spot in between third base and shortstop. Neither Stanley nor Anders was able to get to it. A 2-out single to break up the no-hitter for Jacob Cumley through 2 2/3 innings. And Jameer Brown on base in both of his at-bats so far. That was the 38th pitch for Cumley.
Bulldogs, number 33, Caleb Deeds. Now batting number 10, Silas Zarnecki.
Brings up Silas Zarnecki with 2 outs. Last at bat, he tried to sacrifice bunt Jameer Brown over. Couldn't get it done. Here's a pickoff attempt that was able to get a runner leaning, but the middle infielders for Spring Mills were not over to the bag in time for Cumley to make a throw. He just kept it in his hand. Now Anders ranges over a little closer, but Cumley comes to the plate, and that'll be strike 1. Zarnecki, this pitch will be hit and caught over by the right field foul line as Landon Trumpauer runs over and makes another play. He's been busy, and that one was the hardest he's had to work so far. But he runs over, makes the play for what would have dropped in fair territory. Leaves 2 runners on base. So through 3 innings, we are still scoreless. Pitcher's duel, as expected, between Grant Henderson and Jacob Cumley. We'll go to the 4th, 0-0. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We'll be back in 1 minute.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, Private Wealth Advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
So what?
So what? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard. We're going to have to work at it every day, but I want to do that because I want you. I want you and me forever, every day. What do you want? What do you want? Come on, what do you want?
What do you want?
I want Panhandle dumpsters for the first month free.
Use the promo code to get the first month free.
Top of the 4th inning from P.O. Faulkner Park here in Martinsburg. Spring Mills and the Bulldogs of Martinsburg High School are still scoreless. Top of the 4th is brought to you by Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. Through 3 innings pitched, nothing doing for either side. Aiden Eichelberger will hit this ball foul. Jacob Cumley's faced 11 batters, has thrown 40 pitches. Grant Henderson, through 3 innings, 12 batters faced, 42 pitches. Just 3 hits for Spring Mills and just 1 for Martinsburg. No walks for Henderson, 1 walk and a hit by pitch for Cumley. And this next pitch is hit high in the air in left field, but pretty shallow. Domenico runs in and can't make the play. Hits off of his glove. He had to range down. His glove was about knee level as he bent over for it, but it hits off of his glove. I don't think he quite saw it incredibly well off the bat. He was moving in a little slow and couldn't quite get under the ball. That'll likely go down as a hit in the official scorebook. We'll check to make sure. Throw over to first. Really close to being a perfect throw over and getting Eichelberger. And here's an upset. It goes down as an error, actually. So still 3 hits given up for Henderson as the next pitch runs inside on Jake Anderson. He'll watch it go for ball 1. So E7 in the scorebook. Another pickoff attempt. Loper gets it, but not in time. Jake Anderson came up to lead off the top of the second inning and struck out swinging. One of the 5 strikeouts Grant Henderson has so far. Now, for the first time, Spring Mills has a base runner with less than 2 outs. One-0. Inside. Even further inside than the last one. Ball 2. It'll be Anderson, Stanley, and Trumpauer. 5, 6, 7 for Spring Mills here in the top of the 4th. So we remain scoreless. Henderson to the plate. Foul tip into the glove for strike 1. This part of the order up for Spring Mills all were strikeouts first time through. 2-1 is fouled off. Eichelberger, Anderson, and Stanley, which are the batters we're guaranteed to see in this inning, were a strikeout looking, strikeout swinging, strikeout looking at the end of the first and the beginning of the second. 2-2. Get another foul ball. Anderson working hard in this at-bat and making Grant Henderson work even harder. Sixth pitch of the at-bat coming up. And here's a pickoff attempt. So throw in the pickoffs, and Henderson's had to make a throw one way or the other, I think about 10 times now with this next one. 2-2. Outside, clips off the glove of Fox and gets to the backstop. Pass ball is going to allow Eichelberger to move up. The count now is 3-2. First bit of trouble here for Grant Henderson. A couple runners reached second base on stolen bases, but they were with 2 outs, as opposed to none right now. 3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Fox gives a look over to second as he throws. Eichelberger makes the play to third. Throw to try to get him is off target. And just like that, Spring Mills does get a run up on the board. An unearned run for Grant Henderson gives the Cardinals a 1-0 lead. Saw Braden Fox give a slight look over to Eichelberger at second base before making the throw down on the drop third strike to Loper at first. On the throw, Eichelberger runs for third base. Loper's throw to third is off target, gets away, and that allows Spring Mills to get the run. And first pitch swinging is Landon Stanley. Could be trouble. It falls in. Green and Alter. Neither of them can get it. Throw almost in time to get Stanley going to second base. But now Spring Mills with some momentum. Make it a runner on second base with 1 out and a 1-0 lead for Spring Mills. Stanley drops in a double. Heads up base running from him. Called a single and advancing to second base on the throw. Run scored for Eichelberger.
Now batting, number 9, Landon Trumpauer.
Trumpauer steps in now. He did get himself a single first time around. He's going to swing at the first pitch and miss for strike 1. He was the first hit officially that I'd say was nothing contested about it, whether it was an error or a hit. He's going to hit this one in the deep center field, ranging back and making the play over his shoulders. R.J. Brown for the second out. It's going to let Stanley move up to third, tagging up. Does allow Spring Mills to get the runner to third base. So 4 hits, no walks, and an unearned run to go with 6 strikeouts for Grant Henderson now. 54 pitches. So still on a good pace and pitch count. Wysocki is going to step in and take ball 1 high and outside. The control is getting away from Henderson a little bit compared to the first couple innings. 1-0. Fastball. Settles back in for strike 1. Stanley leads off at third. This breaking ball runs inside, and Wysocki ducks out of the way. Ball 2. Henderson can still get out of this inning, just allowing 1 run, getting out here. Here's a swinging strike 2. The fastball on the inside part of the plate. Wysocki was out on a pop-up the second inning. Strike 3 called on the outer half. Punch out number 6 for Henderson. Strands the runner on third base. A couple misplayed balls out in the field for the Martinsburg defense. Lets a runner get on base and then score. Put Spring Mills up on the board 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. Jacob Cumley has a lead to work with now. See what he does with it after the 60-second break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
After a car accident, call the local law firm that can give you the help you need right now.
Get more with Mansion Ferretti, the one with 115 years of combined experience fighting for West Virginia accident victims. Get more with Mansion Ferretti.
The one that takes on the big insurance companies.
Get more with Mansion Ferretti. We're Mansion Ferretti.
After a car accident, we'll fight for every dollar you deserve. And if there's no recovery, there's no fee. So call right now.
Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
We move to the bottom of the fourth. There's finally a run up on the board. Spring Mills leads 1-0. Bottom of the fourth brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown. Christian Alter up fouls off the first pitch. Jacob Cumley with some run support, courtesy of the Martinsburg defense in the last half inning. See, Martinsburg can respond. Check swing. They'll say Alter went around for strike 2. Home plate umpire calls it without the check down to first. Martinsburg side not too happy about that call. And probably not happy about this one either. Curveball, strike 3 called. Christian Alter certainly not happy with that one. But he'll walk silently back to the dugout. That's Jacob Cumley's second strikeout.
Now batting number 3, Nick Domenico.
One out. Nick Domenico comes up, takes ball 1. Domenico struck out swinging in the second inning and is only at bat so far against Cumley. And now he's going to swing at this one for strike 1. So we hit 3 o'clock on the dot, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Domenico with Henderson on deck. Malachi Green following him if the inning can be extended. But that's been tough to do for Martinsburg so far. Just 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch from Cumley. 1-1, swing and a miss. Saw Grant Henderson lose a bit of his control once there were some mistakes behind him in the field. 1-1 was low and inside for ball 2, but Cumley still working strong here through 3 1/3. And there's another punch out. Gets him to swing through. 2 in a row, 3 total for the game for Cumley. You mentioned that the start that Cumley made earlier in the year, he was able to get 11 strikeouts against Martinsburg. Grant Henderson check swing, foul over to Coach Byler at the third base coach's box. We saw a little bit of Jacob Cumley in a relief role on May 7th against the Bulldogs here at P.O. Faulkner, as the next pitch is outside for ball 1. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Henderson flew out a trump hour in right field in his first at-bat. 1-2, foul ball. The lone hit for Martinsburg so far is Jameer Brown last inning. He also drew the walk. And here's one hit into play. And under the glove and between the legs of the shortstop, Bryce Anders. Didn't focus on the ball all the way into the glove. And Martinsburg has a pulse now here in the 4th after 2 straight strikeouts.
Courtesy runner number 2, Brody Robinson.
Brody Robinson will be the courtesy runner for the pitcher, Henderson.
Now batting number 23, Malachi Green.
First error from Spring Mills. 2 errors from the Martinsburg side. Malachi Green steps in. First pitch, maybe a bit of a pitch out. This is fastball high and outside, ball 1. Green grounded out to second base to end the second inning. And after that pitch, we'll get a visit to the mound. Spring Mills saw something from Cumley there that I feel like they need to talk about. 54 pitches so far from Cumley. 38 for strikes. He's faced 14 batters. He's given up just 1 hit and 1 walk. And a hit by pitch. Relatively quick visit. All the infielders return to their spots. Malachi Green returns to the batter's box. It was a 1-0 count. Quick look over at first. And now pitch. Fastball. A little low for ball 2. Loper on deck. Let's see if Martinsburg can continue the inning. Cumley, ball 3. So just like Henderson, defense with a mistake behind him. And now a little bit of shakiness. 3 straight balls. 3-0. He will get across the automatic strike 1. Green readies, and he's going to hit this one into right field. It will drop in for a base hit almost over the head of Trumpauer out and right on the bounce, but he's able to get it into his glove. And Martinsburg now with 2 runners on for the first time in this game. Just their second single. Second hit overall. See what Bradley Loper can do. Hit by pitch his first at bat. Fourth inning is the first bit of adversity for both of these pitchers. Just like it was last game. Here's another pickoff attempt that catches the runner a little off guard, but just barely back in time. Brody Robinson was just barely able to get back to second base. Cumley will step off. In that 2-1 game early in the season, first game of the season for these teams, it was the 4th inning that the first runs got up on the board. You see the same today. First pitch to Loper is outside for ball 1. Look back at second. And now to the plate. Swinging, strike 1. If this game is going to follow the model of that first game of the year from March 21st, it was the away team that got a run up on the board in the top of the 4th. But it was an empty bottom of the 4th. Here's one on the ground, and this is a base hit. Runner will come home. Looks like we won't follow the model unless this is a out at the plate. The tag, not quite in time. Martinsburg ties it up. RBI single for Bradley Loper. On the throw, Malachi Green gets the 3rd, so we'll have runners on the corners. And a tie, 1-1 game.
Now batting, number 18, Braden Armall.
One run on each side, 1 unearned run on each side for the starting pitcher. As it was Grant Henderson that got on base with a 2-out error from the shortstop. Braden Armalt steps in, first pitch, hit high up in the air, left field foul territory. Making the catch is J.P. Sweeney. Rolled over into foul territory, got underneath of it, or at least he thought it was underneath of it, and then had to back up towards the wall a bit at the last second and was able to squeeze it into the glove. So Martinsburg strands the runners on the corners. Pitchers are mirrors of themselves so far through 4 innings. It's 1-1 as each team has given up a run on an error. Move to the 5th, see if the pitchers settle back in or if anybody can chip away even further, get themselves a lead. 60-second break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
After a car accident, call the local law firm that can give you the help you need right now.
Get more with Mansion Ferretti, the one with 115 years of combined experience fighting for West Virginia accident victims. Get more with Mansion Ferretti.
The one that takes on the big insurance companies. service.
Get more with Mansion Ferretti. We're Mansion Ferretti.
After a car accident, we'll fight for every dollar you deserve. And if there's no recovery, there's no fee. So call right now.
Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Back for the top of the fifth here from P.O. Faulkner Park. 1-1. This game between Martinsburg and Spring Mills. Keelan Curry leads off, trying to get himself on base with a bunt, but misses for strike one. Both teams' defenses letting down their pitcher a bit in the fourth inning, giving up a run. But since both sides did it, we're back to even. And here's a ball that's too high. Count is 1-1. Keelan Curry grounded out to shortstop. He's going to swing and miss for strike two. Top of the fifth, brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. Proud to be the owners who just care more. Henderson wind up and the pitch. Called strike three on the inside half. Easy call. Easy seventh strikeout for Grant Henderson through just 4 1/3.
Now batting number 5, Bryce Sanders.
It's been a solid mix of swinging strikeouts and strikeouts looking for Spring Mills. It's 4 looking, 3 swinging. Bryce Sanders, curveball, just barely off the plate for ball one. Next pitch, fastball, a little further outside, make it 2-0. 65 pitches thrown by Grant Henderson so far. And now, here's ball 3. It looks like I missed one along the way. It's 8 strikeouts for Grant Henderson. Wind up and the pitch on 3-0 is the ball. Make that the first walk for Henderson.
Now batting number 17, J.P. Sweeney.
So now each pitcher has thrown a walk. 8 strikeouts for Henderson, 3 for Cumley. Through 67 pitches and 62 pitches for Martinsburg and Spring Mills. It's going to bring up J.P. Sweeney. Got himself a base hit in the third. Stole a base. And now Anders is going to try to do the same. Throw down. Not in time. Third stolen base for the Cardinals. It's with 1 out this time at Spring Mills. Has that runner in scoring position. Look back, 0-1 pitch now. Breaking ball too low. Nice block at the plate by Fox. In the first 3 innings, it wasn't until 2 outs Spring Mills got anyone on base. In the fourth, they got that runner on with no outs, and they were able to get him across the score on an error. This time it's a 1-out walk. Pickoff attempt back at second. No dice. Sweeney, that single in the third and a ground out to shortstop in the first. 1-1, too low. 2-1. Dylan Bishop with you on the call. John Alderton, our on-site producer. Kyler High, Alec Epperson behind the cameras on TV 10. Nick Verzolini back at the studio for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, the WRNR TV YouTube channel. And the 2-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball. Then got away from Henderson a little bit as it slips inside. Three-one count. Henderson facing a little more trouble. Here's the pitch. Grounder over towards third. It will be fair as Silas Zarnecki saw the ball bouncing a bit slowly, so I think in his mind he thought, I'm not going to get the out at first. Let me see if it goes foul, and it hit Zarnecki himself. Not sure if it was going to go foul in the end. It was trailing to the left over at third base a little bit. But before we could even find out, it hit off of the leg of Zarnecki.
Now batting.
That's going to put Sweeney on first. We saw Martinsburg go with a bit more of a defensive lineup against Jefferson. They've gone with a little more of an offensive lineup this time around. And we've already seen multiple errors from Martinsburg, as this is a strike into Ryland Swartz. We're going to call that a single on that last play, which is fair. Tough play there for Zarnecki on what to do. Make it the fourth hit given up by Henderson as the 0-1 doesn't find the plate. 1-1, 73 pitches for Henderson. Now through 4 1/3. He's going to have to get back on track if he wants to go the distance. 74. Make it now. For Swartz, it's a single and a strikeout swinging in his 2 at-bats. Anders on second, Sweeney on first. Next pitch from Henderson, soft grounder over to Zarnecki. He's going to throw to first base to just get 1 out instead of going for the double play. Swartz with the fielder's choice is able to move up both runners with 2 outs. Brings up Aiden Eichelberger, struck out looking in the first. And then in the fourth, shallow left field fly ball that hit off the glove of Nicholas Domenico. Breaking ball runs inside, only probably an inch or 2 away from hitting Eichelberger and loading the bases. .0 from Henderson. Foul ball. Straight back. Eichelberger was the runner that eventually scored for Spring Mills in the fourth. And now he's back up to bat. 2 outs in the fifth. The 1-1 will bounce. Ball 2. Eichelberger got on base with that error from left field, then to second base on a passed ball. Advanced to third on a drop third strike, and made it home on the throwing error, trying to get him at third. Swinging, strike 2. The next pitch comes in from Henderson. 1 strike away from getting out of this jam and keeping this game tied. 2-2. Low. Ball 3, can't get Eichelberger to chase. Pitch 81 coming here for Henderson. He'll look in. Runners on second and third. He'll go with the windup. The pitch. Low. Ball 4. Bases are loaded for Spring Mills. Jess Henderson's second walk allowed. So a big time at bat here for Jake Anderson, the catcher for Spring Mills.
Now batting number
Pinch
30,
runner over at
Anderson.
first. We'll get that shortly. Looks like Zimmerman over at first for Spring Mills. Jake Anderson 0 for 2 with 2 swinging strikeouts. This is not going to be a strikeout. Hitter to Zarnecki. He gathers it in and steps on third. Spring Mills leaves, the bases loaded. Third base put out for Zarnecki. Sends us to the bottom of the 5th. Still tied at 1. Martinsburg and Spring Mills in an elimination game in the regional playoffs. Take a 60-second break and be back with more West Virginia High School playoff baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Happiness grows here. Orr's Farm Market.
Spring has sprung. Time to head to Orr's Farm Market to find your flowers, veggie plants, bagged mulches, and potting soil. Visit our bakery counter to try our new homemade quiches, pepperoni rolls, and don't forget our pie flavor of the month, Boston cream pie. We have West Virginia food products, local coffee, honey, maple syrup, dairy, and meat. We have 25 new Orr's jam and salsa flavors for you to try. Check us out at orrsfarmmarket.com, and remember, Orr's Farm Market, happiness grows here.
Bottom of the 5th on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 is brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. Tripp not with us up here in the booth today. It's Dylan Bishop with you. Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. John Alderton is our on-site producer. Kyler High and Alec Epperson behind the cameras for TV 10. Nick Verzolini back at the studio. Spring Mills was able to load the bases in the top of the inning,
Number 11, R.J.
but we come to the bottom of the 5th, still tied. Grant Henderson gets the job done in the end. We'll see 9-1-2 in the Bulldog lineup. Starting with R.J. Brown, who takes the first pitch from Jacob Cumley for a ball. Next pitch to Brown. Across the plate, strike 1. Cumley was able to strand a runner on third last inning himself. Runners on the corners overall. 1-1. A little low for ball 2. Cumley, 65 pitches through 4 innings and beginning of this at-bat. And here's the 4th hit of the day for Martinsburg off the bat of R.J. Brown. It's at a few feet over the head of the shortstop Anders. And it's a speedy leadoff base runner for Martinsburg. Jameer Brown, the only hitter for Martinsburg so far to be perfect on the day in getting on base. First inning walk, third inning single. First pitch, breaking ball stays too high for ball 1. Landon Stanley in the grass, expecting, or at least prepared for, another sacrifice bunt attempt from Martinsburg, but those first 2 that they've gone to both led to pop-ups for outs. Brown didn't square around on the first pitch of the at-bat and doesn't look like he's going to, and this one clips the shirt of Brown and puts him on base. So he still made it down the first each time up. 3 different ways. Second hit by pitch from Cumley. We're going to get time called. We're going to get a meeting of the infielders from Spring Mills. So look to talk out things on where to align and what plays to make. And give a little bit of a pep talk to their pitcher. Stanley, Anders, Wysocki, and Swartz, and the catcher, Jake Anderson. No coach goes out. Players only meeting, if you will.
For the Bulldogs, number 10, Silas Sarnecki.
And it's a good time for one. Silas Sarnecki. Best hitter on this team from Martinsburg in terms of getting on base. He's going to square around again for a sacrifice. He gets it down. No throw over to third or second. Cumley made a look over to both. We'll just throw to first. So Martinsburg does get the sacrifice down this time. Third time's a charm. So it's runners on second and third with one out for Christian Alter.
Now batting, number 7, Christian Alter.
Alter's 0 for 2 so far. Fielder's choice, it's going to be an intentional walk. He's not going to get the chance to get back on track. They'll load the bases with one out for Nicholas Domenico, who's 0 for 2 with 2 swinging strikeouts. And those are 2 of just 3 strikeouts on the day for Martinsburg.
Number 3, Nick Domenico.
A point of emphasis from the coaching staff of Martinsburg is avoiding the strikeouts, at least putting the ball in play. Domenico has yet to be able to do that so far. He swings at the first pitch for strike 1. Corner infielders for Spring Mills about a step in front of their bags. It's a squeeze attempt, and it's a pass ball. R.J. Brown is going to score. Martinsburg takes a 2-1 lead. All the runners advance. Jameer Brown goes to third, Alter to second. Domenico did keep the bunt squared around, so hard to tell for sure if it's a strike or not. Next pitch from Cumley is a foul ball. That's strike 2. One-two count for Domenico. He's going to hit this one, but foul over past first base. So R.J. Brown scores on the pass ball. Cumley 2 runs, both unearned after the pass ball. Infield still in across the board for Spring Mills. 1-2, swing and a miss. A hat trick for Domenico. 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. 4th strikeout overall for Jacob Cumley.
Now batting, number 4.
Brings up Grant Henderson. Henderson can get himself some run support and insurance runs. Extend this lead to 2 or 3. He's going to foul tip the first pitch into the glove. Henderson is 0 for 1. Flew out to right field and an error to get himself on base for a run that eventually scored. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Brody Robinson, the courtesy runner, came around to score after Henderson reached base on that error. Here's the 0-2. It's going to be hit back to Cumley on the bounce. And he's going to jog over, toss it to the first baseman, Swartz, and retire the side. Cumley's able to strand 2 runners in scoring position, but the passed ball with the bases loaded gives Martinsburg a 2-1 lead. We'll go to the 6th. the Bulldogs up by 1 after the 60-second break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Mark Hughes Plumbing and HVAC is here to solve your plumbing and heating problems while meeting your renovation needs. Now serving Berkeley, Jefferson, Hampshire, and Mineral counties. We're a family-owned and operated company that's fully licensed and insured. We can do kitchen and bathroom upgrades and remodels, plumbing, HVAC and light excavation, well pumps, water heaters, and drain clearing. Call 304-620-8013. Mark's Hughes Plumbing and HVAC. We look forward to working with you.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
Top of the 6th here from P.O. Faulkner Park. Martinsburg has taken a 2-1 lead on a passed ball on a suicide squeeze attempt. I guess it wasn't a suicide squeeze. There's only one out, but there's a squeeze bunt attempt by Martinsburg, but
Now batting number
they didn't need it.
13, Landon Stanley.
Bunt was missed, but it hit off of the glove of the catcher, Anderson, and R.J. Brown scored. Now we move to the 6th. First pitch of the at-bat, taken for strike 1 by Landon Stanley. It's going to be 6, 7, and 8 for Spring Mills in this inning. Next pitch is outside. Ball 1. Next pitch, low again, bounces, ball 2, 2-1 count. Talked about this game being a bit similar to the first game of the year between these two teams when it was at Spring Mills, and we had the same starting pitchers. In that game, it was 3 one-run half innings in the 4th and 5th. That gave Martinsburg a 2-1 win as the next pitch comes in, ball 3. And so far in this one, we once again have 3 one-run half innings in the 4th and the 5th. The 6th inning is going to start with a leadoff walk. Landon Stanley takes the 3-1 pitch low. Spring Mills gets the tying run on base. Third walk from Grant Henderson. His pitch count's getting up there. Both pitchers went at least six innings the first time around. Grant Henderson only went 6 on March 21st. Jacob Cumley went the distance, struck out 11 in a 2-1 loss. Right now, Grant Henderson into the 80s with his pitch count. He threw 81 pitches in March. Here's a sacrifice bunt attempt. Trumpauer gets it down. Grant Henderson makes the throw over to first in time as Trumpauer tries to slide in and is out. 88 pitches so far for Henderson.
Now batting number 10, Tristan Wysocki.
Stanley moves up to second base with 1 out. Wysocki steps in. He's 0 for 2. A pop up for an out and a swinging strikeout. One of 8 that Henderson has gotten so far. This at-bat starts with a strike. Keelan Curry on deck, also 0 for 2 against Henderson. This one's going to be hit foul and out of play. Makes it count 0-2. Top of the 6th, brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons. 0-2. Breaking ball. Can't get Wysocki to chase. Wysocki had one of the 4 hits for Spring Mills in that early March game. Hasn't been able to get one here so far. Here's the 1-2. Strike 3 called. It's a slower call from the umpire, so I think Wysocki was a little confused at first, but from this angle it looked like it clearly came across the outside corner on the white for the 9th strikeout for Grant Henderson. Two outs now. Keelan Curry will watch the first pitch for a strike. Curry grounded out to short in the 3rd and struck out looking in the 5th. Here's a foul ball. Chasing a breaking ball makes it 0-2. .94 pitches for Grant Henderson. See how quickly he can get through this inning. Let's see if he can come out for the 7th. 0-2, low. If Curry can make Henderson work, that's less of the top of the order that Henderson can face in the 7th. 1-2, also a ball. It's going to get away from Fox a little bit, throw it down to 3rd as the runner goes. Not in time. Stanley gets himself 90 feet away from tying the game. Two and 2. .110 is the pitch count limit. Henderson's at 96. Wind up on the 2-2. Check swing, called strike 3 on the inside corner. Curry gives the home plate umpire a look, but he'll take off his helmet and walk himself back to the dugout, leaving the tying run on 3rd base. Grant Henderson, 10 strikeouts, gets himself a chance to face the top of the order in the 7th with a lead. We'll see how much that lead is as Martinsburg has a chance to extend it in the bottom of the 6th after the 60-second break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Let's talk about what to do after a car or truck accident.
First, call 911. Then call Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
Let us handle the insurance company so you can focus on getting better.
Being injured in a wreck is enough stress. Let your doctor handle your medical issues.
And let the Skinner brothers handle your insurance issues.
If you've been hurt in almost heaven,
call the Sevens, 304-777-7777.
Did you know that anybody can have lunch at Berkeley Senior Center? Hello, this is Amy Orndorff, Executive Director at Berkeley Senior Services. We serve a healthy, nutritious, and delicious lunch 5 days a week at 217 North High Street in Martinsburg. For seniors age 60 and up, the charge is by donation only, and for those under 60, it's just $7.25. And while you're here for lunch, take a look at all of our great programs and activities. Find out more, including our daily menu, at berkeleyseniorservices.org or by calling 263-8873. We look forward to serving you.
Number 23, Malachi Green.
Malachi Green will lead off bottom of the 6th inning, which is brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online, and they'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. Green will foul away the first pitch from Jacob Cumley, whose job now is to keep this a 1-run deficit for Spring Mills, so that they have the best chance possible in the top of the 7th with 3 outs to work with. Count evened up at 1-1 after that pitch. Cumley doing okay on pitch count, only at 78. Make it 79. Check swing that goes too far for strike 2. And there's a swing and miss for strike 3. 5th strikeout for Cumley. That makes Green 1 for 3 on the day. He brings up Bradley Loper, who is 1 for 1 with an RBI single. He's hit by pitch in his other at-bat. Cumley's first pitch will be a strike called on the outer half. And the next pitch from Loper is going to be hit high into center field, and Keelan Curry will get under it for the second out. 2 quick outs for Martinsburg. Number 8 hitter in the order, Braden Armolt, up next. Cumley on the losing side as of now, but still only 4 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, 2 hit by pitches, and 5 strikeouts. First pitch to Braden Armolt. He looks at it for strike 1. Armolt 0 for 2. Unsuccessful sac bunt attempt that was popped up for an out, and a fly out to left field. He'll look at the 0-1 low for ball 1. Cumley winds and fires. This is hit into center field on a line. Curry ranging over to right center for it, and he will bring it in. It's a quick bottom of the 6th. 1-2-3 goes Martinsburg. Strikeout and 2 flyouts. That will send us to the top of the 7th, where Martinsburg is 3 outs away from advancing to face Jefferson to advance to the Regional Championship Series. We'll take a 60-second break and be back with West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The future doesn't wait. Why should you? Blue Ridge Community and Technical College offers over 60 degree and certificate programs in education, IT, culinary arts, engineering, and so much more. Small class sizes, flexible schedules with evening and online classes, affordable tuition, plus financial aid is available to those who qualify. Now you can go to college. Visit us online at blueridgectc.edu. That's blueridgectc.edu. Stop waiting and enroll today.
Mother Shuckers. Fresh Florida stone crab straight from the boat to your throat. Blue crabs, king, snow, Dutchness, all available year-round. Try and find that anywhere else around here. Homemade soup specials every day. Mother Shuckers is located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Mother Shuckers, we have an opinion. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. Come on over to Mother Shuckers.
Top of the 7th from P.O. Faulkner Park, brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg. Total Insurance Solution located at 1250 Edwin Miller Boulevard, Suite 301 in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-3361. It's the top of the order for Spring Mills that has 3 outs to work with to try to tie this 2-1 game. Grant Henderson throws ball 1 into Bryce Anders. Henderson comes into this top of the 7th having thrown 97 pitches, which means he's very close to the 110-pitch limit. But the second pitch of the inning is going to be grounded over to Jameer Brown, thrown to first for 1 out. So 1 down, 2 to go for Grant Henderson. Another 6-3 ground out. Whoever Grant Henderson throws his 110th pitch against, if we get there, that will be his last batter. He can finish out the at-bat. J.P. Sweeney comes up 2 for 3 with 2 singles. First pitch from Henderson, fastball outside for ball 1. Through 6 1/3, it's 10 strikeouts for Grant Henderson. 1 run none earned. 5 hits, 3 walks. The 1-0 taken for strike. Rylan Swartz on deck. He'll hope to come to the plate with the tying run on base. Henderson throws. This is going to be hit over to Alter at second. He's going to pick it up, throw it to first, and he's going to get the second out. Martinsburg 1 run away.
Batting number 12, Rylan Swartz.
Or, excuse me, 1 hit away, 1 out away. That was pitch 102 for Henderson. Still a handful of pitches to work with against Swartz, who has a single, a strikeout, and a fielder's choice in 3 at-bats. Henderson's first pitch, breaking ball that breaks outside for ball 1. One 1-0 pitch, fastball, gets across for strike 1. Henderson still working quick this far into the game. Pitch 105. Outside on the fastball, 2-1. It's Eichelberger on deck if Spring Mills can keep the inning going and keep the game going. 2-1. Even further outside. Fox can't even get it into the glove. 3-1 count. Whoever Martinsburg is going to bring in the game next, if they have to, looks like they're out in the field currently because there's no one in the bullpen. Will they need it, though? We'll see. Strike 2 comes across. Full count. That was pitch 107. Here's the payoff pitch. Low for ball 4. The 4th walk from Henderson. That was pitch 108. So, Kurt Zarnecki will walk out and talk to Henderson. So unless Henderson gives up a first pitch single or hit by pitch, Eichelberger gets on base in some way on the first pitch. This will be the last batter that Henderson faces. And it'll be with a runner on first and 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Henderson can complete the complete game by getting Eichelberger out and getting Martinsburg the win in this elimination game in the regional playoff tournament. Loser goes home, and winner keeps playing. First pitch out of the stretch for Henderson. Low, not able to get the frame job call is Braden Fox. So that does officially mean Eichelberger was probably taking the whole way, so this is the last batter that Henderson faces. The 1-0, same spot, same call. 2-0 count. Henderson gives the nod. Here's the pitch. A little higher this time. Gets the call for strike 1. Henderson with a look over to first. 2-1 pitch. Hit in the air, in play, over the head of Malachi Green. Hits off the wall. Runner third is being waved home. Loper, the cutoff man, no throw to the plate, not in time. We are tied. It'll be the first earned run for Grant Henderson through 6 2/3 innings. And now Coach Aaron Byler is going to have to walk out. That's 112 pitches for Grant Henderson. Two runs, 1 earned, on 6 hits, 4 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Spring Mills ties the game, gets a go-ahead run to second base, and now we'll take a 30-second break. Christian Alter comes in for Martinsburg. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Well, look at you, Robbie. Cleaning the pool already? Oh, it's time for Floor Pool's spring startup sale. And since you're one smart duck, you know a deal when you see it. Now through May 31st, stock up and save on all the chemicals and other products you'll need for your pool opening and swimming needs. Are you kidding me? Robbie says pools start as low as $100 a month with easy financing. Head into Floor Pools and get swimming sooner than you think. Get out of here. Floor Pools has hot tubs starting at $49 a month. Oh, and don't forget cold plunges starting at $79 a month. Robbie swears by them. So, whether you're swimming laps, soaking after work, or just dipping your toes in, it's not just about cooling off. It's about feeling better. Water helps reduce stress, relax muscles, improve sleep, and boost your mood. Be like Robbie. Fly in and talk to the water wellness experts during the spring startup sale and save money. Make this your best pool season yet with Floor Pools in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg.
Insurance companies like to play games.
33 1/3 innings pitched, 3-2 record, 38 strikeouts, 9 walks, a 3.36 ERA, 1.38 WHIP, opponent batting average of .266. He will face Jake Anderson, who is 0 for 3 on the day. Go-ahead run, Eichelberger on second base. First pitch swinging, and it's a foul ball. Alter trying to keep it to where Martinsburg doesn't have to be down to their last 3 outs in the bottom half of the inning. 0-1, low and a bit inside. Landon Stanley awaits on deck. The Cardinals can keep the inning going. 1-1, fouled over towards the Martinsburg dugout. Jacob Cumley awaits in the bottom of the inning. We'll see if he has a chance to keep the game going or if he has a chance to get the win, depending on how the rest of this inning plays out and if that runner from second gets home. Cumley doing a bit better in the pitch count department. He's only thrown 86 pitches. Henderson came into the 7th having thrown 97. Here's a 1-2 from Alter. Just a bit outside for ball 2. Two and two, 2 outs. Runner on second. Can Jake Anderson give Spring Mills the lead? It's going to be a softly hit grounder over to second base. Henderson gets over to it, makes the play in time for the 3rd out. Spring Mills ties the game on the very last batter that Grant Henderson can face with his pitch count. So we'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Martinsburg can win it, but Jacob Cumley still has pitches to work with. We'll see if they can get it done. Take a 60-second break. Be back with more West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
Bottom of the 7th inning on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 is brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Spring Mills got the tying run across in the top of the inning. RBI double from Aiden Eichelberger, one of Spring Mills' catchers, who today is DH. Earlier in the week, him and Jake Anderson had those spots swapped. Today, the designated hitter keeps Spring Mills alive into the bottom of the 7th, where Jacob Cumley still alive for being the winning pitcher. But he'll have to get through the bottom of the 7th before you even consider that. 9, 1, and 2 in the order for Martinsburg. Will try to make Cumley the losing pitcher. R.J. Brown 1 for 2 with a run scored. First pitch from Cumley. Fastball in the outer half for strike 1. Dylan Bishop with you on the call. John Alderton, our on-site producer. The next pitch bounces for ball 1. Kyler High, Alec Epperson behind the cameras. Nick Verzolini back at the studio. See if R.J. Brown can keep his hot streak going from the 9 spot. Here's a foul ball. Back behind the catcher. 1-2 count. Cumley through 6 full innings. Give up 2 runs, none earned. 4 hits and 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. 1-2. Called strike 3. Fastball. Clips the outside corner for out number 1. Sixth K of the day for Jacob Cumley. Now 90 pitches. 27 batters faced. Jameer Brown has gotten on base every time. Walk in the 3rd, single in the 3rd. Walk in the 1st, single in the 3rd, and hit by pitch in the 5th. Strike 1 to start this at bat. Here's the 0-1. Hit down the left field line. Fair ball. And off the glove of the left fielder, J.P. Sweeney. So easily standing up at second base is Jameer Brown. 2 for 2 day. And gotten on base all 4 times he's seen the plate. And that's the winning run for Martinsburg.
Now batting, number 10, Silas Sarnecki.
Called a single for Brown. Advancing to second on the throw. 5th hit for Martinsburg. First pitch to Zarnecki. High for ball 1. With 1 out, Zarnecki swinging away. The winning run on second. Cumley long look back at second. Now the throw. Strike one. Called inside corner. One count. Next pitch, Zarnecki looks at strike two. Big sweeping, breaking ball. 1-2, Zarnecki popped up. Too comely on a sac bunt attempt. Flew out to right field and got down a sacrifice bunt in his 3 at-bats. And a pickoff attempt caught Jameer Brown in a rundown. It was going to, but on the exchange from the glove to the hand, Bryce Anders loses the ball. Jameer Brown gets over to third with 1 out. Time called. And the Spring Mills coach come out to the mound. Silas Zarnecki has a chance to drive in the winning run. Infielders are in. About halfway up the grass is the first baseman. Squeeze attempt. Zarnecki gets it down. Toss. Safe at the plate. Rylan Swartz couldn't toss it to the catcher in time. Jameer Brown scores the winning run, and they mob Silas Zarnecki out in between first and second base. Martinsburg keeps their season alive, and what other way than the squeeze play? Multiple wins on the season with that play from Silas Zarnecki just himself. That's how they won the last game with Spring Mills. Not in walk-off fashion, but this time they do. Bottom of the 7th. Zarnecki gets it done. And with that, wild pitch. That's how they won the last game against Spring Mills. But still multiple squeeze play wins for Martinsburg on the year. With that, we'll go ahead and take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll have the post-game show. It's West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
May is National Stroke Awareness Month, and WVU Medicine would like to remind you it's important to recognize the signs and symptoms and be fast in seeking medical attention. B, balance loss. E, eyesight changes. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. And T, time to call 911. Immediate treatment can decrease the risk of disability and prevent death. This important message is brought to you by WVU Medicine.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson at 304 Lawyers. Or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome into the Palace Lounge postgame show. Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials in a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Spring Mills, their season's over. Martinsburg, they move on to Monday against the Jefferson Cougars once again, after losing just 1-0 to them on Thursday. It's a squeeze play for the walk-off win. Silas Zarnecki with the bunt. Jameer Brown scoring the run. It was 1 run each for each team in the 4th inning. Spring Mills went up 1-0 in the top of the inning. Excuse me, 3-0 loss on Thursday, by the way. Martinsburg responded, tying the game in the bottom of the 1st. And Martinsburg took the 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 5th. And then 1 run each in the 7th inning for the Cardinals and the Bulldogs. It's a walk-off victory here. Grant Henderson goes 6 2/3. He's up 6 hits, 4 walks, 2 runs, 1 earned, 10 strikeouts. Christian Alter pitches the last third of an inning. He ends up the winning pitcher. Game scoring summary brought to you by Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to WVJusticeLawyers.com. Jacob Cumley goes 6 1/3, gives up 3 runs, 1 earned on 6 hits, 2 walks. Gets himself 6 strikeouts. Go through, it's an RBI for Aiden Eichelberger on the Spring Mill side. An RBI for Loper and Zarnecki on the walk-off on the Martinsburg side. 2 hits for Jameer Brown. 1 for Zarnecki, 1 for Green and Loper, 1 for R.J. Brown. Walk drawn by Brown and Alter. And we'll bring in our, let's call it co-players of the game, or bring in a player of the game and the winning run at the very least. Grant Henderson is going to put on the headset here. Grant, another big-time pitching performance from you. Couldn't quite get that last out before running into the pitch count limit, but you go 6 2/3, 6 hits, 4 walks, 2 runs, 1 earned, 10 strikeouts. I guess I'll start with the negative. You were that close to getting that last out. I'm sure it's a little disappointing there to not get that last out, but your team was able to pick you up in the end.
I mean, yeah, it was definitely a bummer that I couldn't get the complete game, but I mean, I think it was really important that we just trusted Chris to come out there. I knew he was warming up, so I just kind of trusted that if I didn't get that last out, that he was going to come out there and get that out, get a weak contact ground ball, which he did. And, yeah, I just had faith in him, and I had faith in the rest of the team to go and win it for me.
And you get 10 strikeouts, as I mentioned there. What were you kind of feeling up at the plate, up on the mound, I should say, to where you were able to get in that rhythm and strike out that many guys?
I was just trying to work quick, get in counts where I can lead, get them guessing. And, I mean, yeah, whenever I can get ahead and get them guessing, it's just a really easy job to get them strikeouts.
Is you working fast up there, what do you think why is that your preferred style? Do you think that helps the hitters have less time to think about what you're about to do and just it keeps you with the power up there, kind of?
Yeah, I think definitely as a hitter, I think I don't like really being rushed. I think so when I take that up to the mound, I just know that hitters usually don't like to be rushed. They want to sit and think about what they got to do, think about their approach, and I think if you just take that time away from them, it's just going to be really hard for them to do that.
This is the second time this year. Last one was first game of the year where you went up against Jacob Cumley on the other side. What is that like when you're out there pitching a good game? And I know that Jameer can speak to this a little bit too, where you're pitching yourself a good game, but the other pitcher on the other side is as well. How do you stay in the right mindset when you know that, man, it's going to be tough for us to score runs. I got to be even that much better.
It just makes the game way more fun, honestly. I honestly love pitching pitchers' duels. It's just a lot better energy around the ballpark, and it's just fun to pitch against it.
All right, and your reaction as you saw that winning run come across when Jameer was able to come home on the squeeze play?
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. I mean, we had another moment like that this year where exact same situation. I mean, the boys are going to pull through for me, and I think that's really important.
All right, and you guys continue your season. You get to go back to Jefferson on Monday. How you feeling?
We're feeling great. Jameer's got the ball. I think we're going to have a great chance of going back there. He gave him a good game last time, and I think we can go out there and definitely put some pressure on him. I think if we do that, I think it would be a good result for us.
All right, Grant, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
So you can go ahead and hand the headset over to Jameer Brown, who had himself a good pitching performance on Thursday against Jefferson. Today, able to get the win, and you're the winning run as you come across. When you guys play out that squeeze play and you're the base runner on third base, what's going through your mind? What have you guys talked about with Coach Byler in that situation?
It's just like you got to take what you can get. Any dirt ball read, you got to advance on it. You got to be aggressive. Anything, and that's what I was doing right there. I was aggressive. I had steal sign. Didn't see the pickoff move coming back, but I still made it to third. Did that squeeze play, and it worked. Got to be aggressive.
As good as Jacob Cumley was today and has been in general, you were able to get on base in every at-bat today. You drew a walk, got yourself 2 singles, and got hit by a pitch. First of all, how did that one feel when you got hit by the pitch there in the 5th?
Oh, honestly, it didn't even really hit me. It just got more of my jersey. But
that's true, yeah, it did.
I got more of my jersey, so it didn't hurt too bad, but I'm glad I could just get on for the team.
Yeah, but in those other at-bats, you were able to see it pretty well against a really good pitcher in Cumley. How were you feeling at the plate?
I've seen him 2-3 years now in a row. I kind of know what he likes to throw me. I know where he likes to pitch me, so I go up there with that approach. Well, he's going to throw me here, outside fastball, I'm going to take it right field, and he just didn't really have his stuff tonight, in my opinion, to get me out. So
yeah. So it sounds like you're getting the ball on Monday against Jefferson, 3 days rest right after you just pitched against them. How are you feeling about that?
I'm feeling great. I want that revenge. Threw against them 2 times this year, couldn't get the win, but teams fell short. But I'm excited. I'm real excited for that game. I want that revenge.
There you go. That's a good place to end it, I think. Congrats on the win, Jameer.
Thank you.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks to Jameer. And then here's Coach Byler coming with us. You guys get the job done. Back and forth, low scoring, another squeeze play at the end. You guys have, I assume, worked on that a lot because you're really willing to go to it in those sort of situations. What are you talking to with the guys in those situations? And maybe not in that moment, maybe you brought it up, but just when you're talking about the squeeze play in general, what do you talk to the guys about?
Well, first off, Silas Larnecki's a pretty good bunter. He did a great job of getting the ball down there. With 2 strikes, it's one of those deals where if it works, you look like a genius, and if it doesn't work, you look like an idiot. You know what I mean? But Silas kind of bailed us out there. I thought the pitch was outside. Did a great job. Jameer did a great job of getting on base, and I gave him the green light there to try to take third. Cumley makes a pretty good pickoff, and fortunately for us, they don't execute it. Jameer gets to third, and we're able to get that run in. With where our offense has been, unfortunately, a little bit, and that's playoff baseball. Playoff baseball, shouldn't be 9-7 or 10-6 or stuff like that. It's pitchers' duels and it's 1-run games, and little things matter, and just fortunate there.
You guys had some mistakes out in the field, defense, making it to where some of Grant's runs there were unearned in the end. But, how do you talk to your pitcher when I'm sure he trusts his defense out there, but maybe you have to reinforce it during the game, just say, you keep pitching the way you're doing, and those plays behind you will get made?
Yeah, Grant's great. He doesn't blink. Same with Jameer. I was joking with those 2 guys on the way up, with today being the Preakness, that they're kind of like our 2 stud stallions, you know what I mean? So, having those guys, they've been tremendous. Grant did a great job today with keeping his composure. Jameer's the same way. So just really fortunate to have those 2 guys on our side.
So back to Jefferson on Monday, and it sounds like Jameer on 3 days rest will be able to go again?
Yep. I told you before, if they're eligible, they got to throw, and Jameer Jameer says he feels good, and he's due to get a couple breaks. I feel like he's been unlucky both times he's faced him, so we need the ball to bounce our way a little bit, and we need to have competitive at bats, especially if they pitch Jet again, which he'll be eligible. So I don't know what they'll do, but we can't strike out 11 times. You're not going to win a baseball game if you strike out 11 times, so we have to limit that. We have to get really good starting pitching, which I have no doubt we will. We have to catch the baseball and do all those little things. Jefferson's a team that has so much speed, up and down that lineup that they put a ton of pressure on you. They do a really good job with putting pressure on you. So to eliminate pressure, you got to eliminate base runners, and Jameer's done a great job with that, and have all the confidence in the world that he'll do that again, and hopefully the ball bounce our way a little bit. And we gave ourselves a chance by moving on today, and that's all I can ask for them. And just super, super proud of their effort and the way they battled today.
All right, Coach. Thanks for the time. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, Dylan. Thanks for being here.
And we'll have to give some credit to Spring Mills. Another valiant effort. A lot of close contests with Martinsburg in particular over the course of the season, but their season ends here. And it's just a tough break. That's sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way, and that's where it ends up. So it'll be Martinsburg going to Jefferson on Monday. 6 o'clock start for that one between the Cougars and the Bulldogs. If Jefferson wins, they move on. We'll get that championship series the following week. I believe it can start on the 26th and run through the 31st against either Hedgesville or Washington. That winner-take-all game between the Patriots and the Eagles will take place on Monday. If Martinsburg wins on Monday, Jefferson and Martinsburg will play again the next day that they can. It'll be the very next day if the weather allows it. So we'll have it all for you. We'll be at Jefferson on Monday, and if we have to be at Jefferson on Tuesday, we'll be at Jefferson on Tuesday. So for Nick Verzolini back at the studio, Kyler High, Al Epperson behind the cameras, John Alderton, our on-site producer, I'm Dylan Bishop saying so long from P.O. Faulkner Park. Martinsburg moves on to play Jefferson, eliminating Spring Mills. It's West Virginia High School playoff baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Hope you have a great rest of your Saturday.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Trips Flooring, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Burke Schultz Herman and Jenkinson Personal Injury Attorneys, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, the Larry DeMarco Team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, Hagerstown Ford, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations Robert Fields & Sons, The Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, Floor Pools, Smallwood and Small Insurance, CMA Martinsburg and Winchester Dealerships, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, The Palace Lounge, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Murius Group Ameriprise Financial Services LLC, and the Berkeley County Health Department.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradiowrnr.com. All rights reserved.